Welcome to Ala Mode, a platform where young ladies come to get motivated. In this video, we shall discuss 9 tips to get out of debt. Finding yourself in debt can be truly depressing. Large balances accruing interest can feel difficult to pay and overcome, but if handled correctly, the good news is getting out of debt is possible, just that it may take some time. While taking on debt may be necessary in certain cases, such as to buy a car or home, it's important to deal with the other debt that are causing stress. There are a lot of things you can do to get out of debt fast. But without the right plan, it's hard to make progress and even harder to keep yourself from going back into debt later. Check out these tips for paying off debt. 1. Stop borrowing money. The first and most important step in getting out of debt is to stop borrowing money. No more swiping credit cards, no more loans, no more new debt. Reshaping your attitude and mindset toward money and debt is the most fundamental change that has to happen. In order to avoid digging yourself into a bigger hole of debt, you have to understand the true cost and consequences of swiping a credit card and taking out new loans. Resolve and try to live only on a cash basis while you make your mind shift. Resolve to live on a cash basis. It's crucial to start a new phase of life without taking on new debt. 2. Make a list of every debt that you owe. Take a detailed inventory of your debt to get a clear picture of where you stand. Start by listing all of your debt accounts and what you owe. Write down all your debts. Note everything you owe, including credit card balances, personal loans, auto loans, student debt, your mortgage and any other debt. If you aren't sure exactly what you owe, check your credit report for free to get a clear view of your debts, including any in collections. Keep in mind that your lender will have the most up-to-date information on your balances. Record payment information. Next to each debt, write down the interest rate, minimum monthly payment and due date. Calculate your total minimum monthly payment. Add up the minimum payments of all your debts to find the bare minimum amount you need to pay every month to stay current on your debt. 3. Decide your monthly payments. While making all of your minimum monthly payments on your debts will keep your payment history in good shape, it will mean staying in debt longer and paying more in interest. The more you can pay above the minimum each month, the faster you can get out of debt. That can be easier said than done, however, especially when money's tight. Here's how to assess how much you can afford to pay each month. Calculate your monthly expenses. Using a spreadsheet or a budgeting app, calculate how much you spend on basic expenses each month, such as groceries, your cell phone bill, utilities, gas for your car, rent or mortgage payments, and so on. For expenses that vary, such as your monthly electricity payment, try taking the average over several months. Compare your expenses to your income. Tally up your monthly net income, the amount of money that you take home after taxes. Subtract your total expenses from your monthly income, including necessary expenses noted above and discretionary expenses, such as entertainment and other non-essential expenses. If the amount you have left over isn't enough to help pay down your debt, you'll need to take action to improve your cash flow by cutting expenses or increasing your income or both. 4. Track your spending and identify areas to cut back. For some people, doing this can save them almost as much money as working a part-time job. You won't know how much you can save unless you give this a try. Track what you actually spend and not what you think you should be spending, over the course of a month. If you aren't honest with yourself in this exercise, it won't work, but most people are surprised by what they find out about their spending. Once you know your spending habits, you should be able to identify areas where you can cut back. Look for opportunities to save. Review all your expenses and consider ways to spend less, such as by cutting back on dining out and retail purchases, or negotiating your utilities and other services. We have an entire video on how to cut back expenses. We have given the link in the description box. Please refer the detailed ways in which you can cut down on your expenses considerably. Allocate the money you find to paying down your debts. 5. Create a spending plan. In other words, a budget is just a spending plan. It will help you stay on track with your current debt payments, or your new accelerated payments. A spending plan is something you lay out to make sure that you are spending less than you earn. After trying a realistic budget on for size, most people agree that the alternative, that is being in debt, is much worse. We have an entire video on how to budget. We have given the link in the description box. Please refer the detailed ways in which you can budget easily. 6. Increase your income. Supplement or increase your income. Finding a side hustle, taking on extra shifts at work, or asking for a raise are all ways. Or better, even start a side gig. Starting your own business has never been easier. Do you have a knack for making things? Sell your products online. Are you an animal lover? Take up dog walking or pet sitting. Learn how to start a business on the side. You might be surprised how successful you become. Or otherwise get a part-time job. Not into starting your own business? Then consider some easy ways to earn extra cash on the side. Become a driver for Lyft or Uber. Or deliver pizzas at night to bring in extra money. That extra money coming in every month will help you pay off your debt quickly, so you can start celebrating sooner. This way, you may be able to bring in extra cash to direct towards your debts. 7. Reduce your interest rates. It can be difficult to pay off debt when you're paying with high interest rates. Reducing your rates is an effective strategy to make getting out of debt more manageable and affordable. Ask your lender for a lower rate. If you have a good payment history with them and good credit, you may be able to negotiate a lower rate with your lender for a period of time, or even permanently. Calling your lender and asking for a lower interest rate costs you nothing and doesn't affect your credit report or credit score. Reducing interest expenses may make it easier for you to put more money toward paying down the principal of the debt. 8. Use a debt repayment strategy. You'll need a plan for which balances to prioritize paying down first. Keep in mind that your mortgage is one debt that may be impossible to pay off in a short period of time. Instead, focus on debts with higher interest rates such as credit card balances, personal and other loans that you can pay down more quickly. Put extra money toward the debt with the highest interest rate. Called the debt avalanche strategy, this method will save the most money on interest in the long run. Make the minimum payments on all of your debts, and then funnel any extra money you have toward paying off your highest interest debt. Next, concentrate on the debt with the next highest rate, and so on. Next, put extra money toward the credit card or debt with the smallest balance. The debt snowball strategy is a method that can help you knock out your smallest balances more rapidly, providing quick wins and reducing the total number of accounts you have to deal with. With this method, you make minimum payments on all accounts, and put extra towards your smallest balance until it's paid off. Then focus on the account with the next smallest balance, and so on. Each time you successfully pay off a debt, put the money you freed up toward paying off your other debts. You can also direct any extra funds that come your way, such as your tax refund or work bonus, toward making additional payments on your debt. Also keep your credit in mind as you pay down debt. One of the single best things you can do for your credit score is to pay your bills on time every month. To ensure you never miss a payment on debts or any other services, consider setting up automatic payments or payment reminders through your bank. 9. Be careful about debt moving forward. Getting out of debt is very challenging. As you make progress toward paying off your debts, be sure to reward your progress and take pride in how far you've come. Make a commitment to avoid taking on any new debt that isn't absolutely necessary. Be especially careful if you plan to use a personal loan or credit card debt. If you aren't confident that you can resist the temptation to charge up the cards you just paid off, then it's best to avoid these types of loans. Paying off high-interest debt is a huge step toward your long-term financial health. There's a lot you can do on your own to gain control of debt, such as starting a budget, using a debt repayment strategy, and consolidating your debts. If you need additional support, a credit counselor can help you make a plan individualized to your finances. Once you've reduced or even eliminated your debt, you can begin rebuilding your credit by practicing good credit and financial management. Pay all your bills on time, and avoid carrying credit card balances from month to month. Summing up, the key is to take debt repayment piece by piece, breaking down what you owe, finding extra funds to direct toward debt payments, and avoiding unnecessary debt going forward. Comment below on how did you clear your debt. Thank you for watching Ola Mode. Until next time. Bye.